Happy Tuesday. This is Chris Teague, Senior Sales Director for 26 years, beginning my business in 1989. Mary Kay Ash was a strong and ambitious businesswoman through and through. Inside, she had a heart of gold. The culture she developed as she was beginning and building the company is long-lasting. From Daylene White, our first consultant, to the thousands and thousands who enjoy their businesses now, our culture has been built, refined, and lives on as we pass it down from consultant to consultant and family to family. The book Traditions was shared with consultants in 1966. It stated, "We are sharing our past to influence our future." That, to me, is how we form and maintain the Mary Kay culture. The culture of our company developed through Mary Kay's principles, the strong work ethic she taught us, and the practice of the Golden Rule. She rooted her company in the principle of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. From Mary Kay's Traditions book, I quote, "Paramount in our thoughts should be our philosophy of God first, family second, and career third. I firmly believe with all my heart that our company has been blessed the way it has been because of our priorities. If you will strive to keep those priorities in place, I know your life will also be filled with blessings, both financial and spiritual." Mary Kay went on to write, "Remember the Golden Rule. If you will truly learn to live the Golden Rule, doing unto others as you would have them do unto you on a daily basis, in your every action and even in your thoughts, then your life will take on new meaning and so will the lives of those about you. Make every decision based on the Golden Rule, putting yourself in each other's shoes and trying to think how you would like to have problems resolved if you were to change place with someone else. If you give the very best you have in whatever you do, the best will come back to you in a boomerang effect." And that's the end of the quote. I can't begin to tell you how many times the principle of the Golden Rule has influenced the decisions I've had to make with the thoughts of what would Mary Kay tell me to do. Mary Kay taught us to let things go if it would hurt another person. She taught us to thoughtfully process our thoughts and actions. I can't say enough that through the culture Mary Kay built, she taught us the Golden Rule, a strong work ethic, and the benefit of a positive influence. Mary Kay's mother had a very strong work ethic and encouraged Mary Kay at a young age, saying, "You can do it, Mary Kay." In 1964, Mary Kay told my mother, Grace Hull, "You can do it." My mother told her mother, my grandmother, "You can do it," and she recruited my grandmother. In 1989, my mother told me, "You can do it." And in 1995, I shared with my daughter, fourth generation Mary Kay, "You can do it." We enjoy an unspoken bond of love and strong relationships. The Mary Kay culture and legacy models our business as a lifestyle. We're in it for life. My mom, Grace Hull, retired as a senior executive sales director at age 88, but she was still receiving commission checks from her consultants when she passed and was still giving out solid advice she had learned through her many years as a Mary Kay beauty consultant and sales director. Mom's very first consultant is still in my unit and passes down more legacy to us on a weekly basis as she joins our weekly calls. I learned so much from Mom that had been passed down from her 50-plus years of learning, from Mary Kay and from the Mary Kay community. Not only is my mom's first consultant still in my unit, but I have many of my first consultants who are still with me today after 25 years as a unit. They stay for the connection and relationships, the culture, the legacy. Mary Kay becomes so much more to us than just lipstick. It becomes family and community. It becomes a positive place in our lives. You just don't find this kind of legacy in the majority of businesses today, whether brick and mortar or home-based. Our culture is very positive. Mary Kay taught us that integrity is very important. She taught us to reach up. She taught us that if we have an issue, to call our senior consultant, our sales director, or our national sales director, but not to whine to our families. She taught us not to talk about other companies or to put them down. She taught us our own lane, whether it involves other companies or our sister consultants. As I mentioned earlier, I learned early on to think, what would Mary Kay do? Mary Kay quietly taught us through her strong Christian influence and ethics. She taught us to build a solid base for our business, both through our customers and our consultants. And she taught us to work when we can because there's times when we can't. During a 5-year period, my husband and I lost 5 parents, including my stepmom. We dealt with our 2 dads having total dementia. We closed down 3 homes, from cleaning out to selling to rearranging their finances. We arranged care for our parents, had them live with us, and traveled a great deal from Nashville to Memphis, and also many weekly trips back and forth from Nashville to Oklahoma City. During the same time, my husband had 2 strokes, 5 bypasses, and 1 kidney transplant. Because we had built deep and wide and strong, our unit earned all the top trips during this time. We earned Cadillacs, and yes, we even enjoyed the prestige trip to Paris. You see, through the Mary Kay culture, I learned positivity, integrity, and a strong work ethic. Because I had modeled this for our consultants, they believed we could accomplish anything, and they stood in the gap. Our culture and Mary Kay's legacy had trickled down, and there was no question but for them to keep their businesses thriving. Instead of cutthroat tactics to keep the competition at bay, Mary Kay taught us to share our ideas with each other. She said, if you have an idea and I have an idea, we can share with each other, and we'll each have 2 great ideas. We cheer each other to the top and sincerely celebrate each other's successes. A major legacy from Mary Kay is that she taught us to dream and to set goals. She taught us that inside our showcases is everything we have ever dreamed of. She taught us to write down our dreams, add a date, and make them a goal. From her teachings, my children learned to dream and set goals. One day, while in DIQ, I was at the grocery store checking out, and our youngest son, Ben, tugged on my skirt and asked, Mommy, did you give the grocery clerk a lookbook? When I would pick him up from school, he would say, Mommy, did you meet your goals today? When he had a basketball game, he would tell me the goal of how many baskets he wanted to make. When my husband and I planned to drive my last agreements and orders for DIQ to Atlanta, that same young son announced he had a goal to go with us and attend a Major League Baseball game. Guess what? That dream came true for us and for him that day. Mary Kay taught us that everything we needed was inside our showcases. I found college tuition for 4 children, braces for their teeth, music lessons, vacations to Disney, cars since 1995, lots of diamond rings, 108 star prizes. I was a drawing winner for a star consultant drawing at seminar. The gift was Queen for a Lifetime, a prize trip from Mary Kay to London with some of our family. I personally also found mission trips to Portugal, Thailand, Calgary, the East Coast, and the Far West. And then I found top director trips to China, London, Rome, Hawaii, Buenos Aires, an Alaskan cruise, and my favorite trip was to Paris. Through all of these Mary Kay trips, there's enough legacy to fill an ocean. Most importantly, in my showcase, I found friends who have a deep sense of caring for each other, who lift each other up in prayer, and who are there when you need support. I have found a career that allows me to be me and to move at my own pace with no glass ceilings, no quotas, a place to enjoy my big girl dreams and meet my big girl goals. I'm so pleased to work with a company that is founded on the principles of faith, family, and career. I worked at a large hospital when our first child was a baby. She had to have surgery, and I needed to be at home with her for a week. My supervisor at the hospital said, well, how are we going to get your work done? In Mary Kay, someone would have said, how can I help? Can I hold a call for you, cover your skincare class, deliver a product, sit with you at the hospital? They would have brought our family a meal, and they would have been praying for us. Faith first, family a big second, and career third. Mary Kay taught us that everyone wears a big sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. Admit it. There are days when you feel the same way. You go into a store and you want someone to help you find the right dresses, bring you the right size and color, schedule alterations, and check on the satisfaction of your purchase. It would be nice if they would deliver it to my door and check back on me later. None of the stores where I shop give me that kind of customer service. But as a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, we can do that for our clients. We can go the extra mile when needed. I remember these words I found in the chapters of Mary Kay's autobiography. First is you can do it. She taught us that we can do anything. She taught us that we need Mary Kay enthusiasm. Some days we just need to sing, I've got that Mary Kay enthusiasm to get us going. Second, remember that we base our businesses on God first, family second, and career third. Third, you cannot outgive God. No matter how many people I've been able to bless in my Mary Kay business, God comes back and heaps even more blessings on me and my family. Fourth, the personal touch is so important. Anyone can order anything they want online, but it doesn't come with a teacher, mentor, educator, and person who will check back to be sure I'm satisfied with my purchases. Fifth, leave a legacy. Keep the dream alive, individual by individual. Mary Kay's principles have kept us where we are right now. Mary Kay made us feel like we were the only person in the room. Remember, make me feel important. What will your legacy be? What differences are you making in the lives of others right now? How will you be remembered? Will it be for your accomplishments, or will it be for how you treated others and how you mentored and taught others? My mom was invited by Mary Kay to stay in Mary Kay's home during seminar in the very early years. My mom saw Mary Kay frequently and talked to Richard every week. She was in Maryland's Houston-based unit, so she saw her often too. And then she talked on the phone to Ben to get her orders filled. So to my mom, Mary Kay's family was her family. Mom turned down Mary Kay's invitation to stay in her home so she could stay with her college roommate that she hadn't seen in several years. It's still so hard to believe that, but that is part of my legacy, one of the fun stories I can hand down. I remember going to seminar in Dallas at the Fairmont Hotel when I was about 16 or 17 years old. That year, Susie Vickers, for whom the Go Give Award is named, came in being carried on the shoulders of 4 big, strong men. She always made entry a big, big deal. Being around her taught me legacy and culture, and she loved to entertain. In the afternoon, when there was a break, everyone went out to the lobby at the Fairmont to drink iced tea and lemonade. Mom and I casually just sat with Mary Kay at her table. After a while, I dismissed myself to go up and watch TV. Can you believe I left Mary Kay's presence to go watch TV? Another time, I opted to stay with friends in Dallas while Mom went to awards night, not realizing what a big night that was for my mom. She was in the top 3 of seminar that year. As I learned more about the company through the years, I learned more and more the importance of supportive family and the opportunities to learn from our Mary Kay leaders, legacy and culture. I met Mary Kay in 1964 when my mom became an independent beauty consultant. Mary Kay came to Memphis in 1968 to hold my mom's sales director debut as Mom and another consultant opened Memphis. When Mary Kay came to Memphis, she rode in our car, came by our home, and was our guest for the weekend. That was my very first time to help run a Mary Kay event with Mary Kay herself. Legacy, legacy, legacy. I share these stories not to brag, but to humanize our wonderful model who always had time for others and made each person feel important. I was in one of the last director and training classes that Mary Kay taught. She came in, took off her high heels, and told us she had just been over at manufacturing begging for them to bring back cake eyeliner, and she urged us to do the same. Then she stood in line for hours while we greeted her and took photos. I have so many memories. It is so important for us as the bearers of the flame to pass the torch of Mary Kay's legacy, to teach the culture, and to stay true to the principles this company was founded on. Remember, the philosophy of faith first, family second, and career third. Second is the golden rule, as we do unto others as we would have them do unto us. And third, we need to see the invisible sign around everyone's neck that says, make me feel important. These principles and philosophies not only should be seen in our business, but in our everyday living. As my husband said at my sales director debut, this is not just a job. It has become a lifestyle for our family. We modeled it for our children, our families, and with all that we come into contact with. Then I was at Mary Kay's last seminar. If you were in attendance, I know you have those images of Mary Kay being escorted on the stage as if she were a real Barbie doll and mouthing her short, encouraging words to us. Her legacy shall never be forgotten. It is extremely important to protect the culture of the company and to stay true to the principles that this company was founded on. The culture Mary Kay started is as important today as it was when she was building it. Remember, we are sharing our past to influence our future.